Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now today we are going to learn about 5 useful and fun English idioms, especially for students. Now these idioms can make your English sounds more native-like and it'll be more fun. Now I'm going to teach you the meaning. I'm going to give you the fun tips that you can use while using the idioms, and I will give you some quiz. So it'll be such a fun video. So grab your notebook and let's get started. Now the first idiom is teach someone a lesson. So here is the meaning. The meaning is to make someone experience the consequence of their actions, so they will never do it again. I have an example. First, let's imagine that your brother having a conversation with your mom. So your brother will say, yesterday he borrows my laptop. I told him no, but he insists to use my laptop and then he broke it. And her mom says, oh, that will teach him some lesson. Now I have 2 examples. The second example is one time I submitted my assignment. It's late because I underestimated the deadline. I usually did that because I was lazy. The professor gave me a D. It's harsh. Well, yes, it's harsh, but you know what? That teach me some lesson that I will never do my assignment nearly the deadline. So I have some tips too for you to remember it easier. Now, just imagine it is a strict teacher. When you mess up, it gives you a hard lesson. And remember, this idiom can sound a little bit of a negative side, so you gotta be careful on using it. And now we're moving to the second idiom, which is, usually hear this, and it has a same meaning as a nerd. It is bookworm. So what is bookworm actually? Bookworm is a person who loves to read and spend a lot of time reading a book with the books. So what is the example? The easiest example is, I have a sister and she loves books. I will say, my sister is such a bookworm. She even spends most of her time while reading the book. She even reads while walking. Now, the second example. Back in school, I had a friend and she loves to read. I don't know why. She reads Harry Potter, she reads Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, and even textbooks just for fun. While we were watching Netflix, she was reading Shakespeare, so I was kind of confused. And then I call her, a bookworm. Now, there is a bit of a tips for you to remember easily. Imagine someone munching on a book like a worm. Worm likes to munch things, right? Super obsessed about it. It's a friendly idiom actually. It's not a negative idiom. You can use it as a compliment for someone who loves to read. So it's not negative at all. You don't need to be careful on it. Now I have the third idioms, which is cut classes. So what is cut classes is? Cut classes is to skip class on purpose. So you will use this as a casual idioms on an everyday conversation? Well, I have two examples. The first one is, say you imagine that you were in a hurry and your friend asked, "Where are you going?" And you will say, I actually want to cut classes because I want to watch a movie with my boyfriend. And the second example is actually my own personal story. Well, back in high school, me and my friend were cutting classes on purpose. We were going to the mall and we eat, we play there, and guess what? I met my own principal in high school, so I was kind of busted. So I have a tip to remember. This is for you to remember easier. So imagine literally cutting your schedule with a scissor. So it sounds fun, but it's risky, right? Use this as an idiom casually, but you cannot make it as a habit. Just don't, okay? So the fourth idiom is hit the book. So what is hit the book? Is actually, well, the meaning is to study hard, to start studying hard, especially before a test, a quiz. So I have an example. The first one is a dialogue. Let's say, I have a math exam tomorrow. So I'm so sorry, but it's my time to hit a book. Now, the second example is, let me think. Oh, every time final weeks came, I turned into a totally different person. A totally bookworm. No sleep, just snacks and coffee. Because I really have to hit the book. I really have to hit the book like a warrior. I have to study hard every single night to get a perfect score. Now, what's the tips to remember actually? The tips to remember for you, to remember easier, is you're not punching your book. It's not a literal meaning. It's just, it means that you're about to go to something serious study notes. Idiom 5. This is the last idiom that I've teach you all. So, it's called learn by heart. So what is the meaning actually? Learn by heart. It's to memorize something perfectly with your heart. So the first example is, I will give you a dialogue. Say that this girl named Catherine is having a conversation with her friend. And she said, I learned this song by heart when I was 10 because I love this song so much. Get it? Now the second is a personal example. So remember those school poems that we had to memory and to recite? We have to perform it in front of the class. Well, I used to learn them all by my heart because I have to perform it. Then after that, I forgot. Tips to remember. I have an easy tips for this last one. So even though your brain is doing the work, the idiom says heart because it felt deep. Like you memorize it with your emotion. So you can memorize it more easier and more deeply. So I have a tips and tricks to learn these idioms that I have teach you. So let's take a break for some quick tips for me. How can you remember idioms easily? Because this all sounds probably for some of us it's too hard to remember. I have 3 tips for you. Now, the first one is use them in your daily life conversation. Even in your chat or your Instagram DMs, chatting with your friends, your mom, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, just use those idioms. The second one is create a funny visuals, like a warm reading a book, like what I said, or someone actually hitting the textbooks. The third one is practice with your friend. Now, you can make it like you make a game out of it, like guessing what this idioms means. Now we're going to review what we learned today. Do you guys remember what idioms that we learned? The first one is teach some lesson. The second one is bookworm. The third one is cut classes. The fourth one is hit the book. And the last one, can you guess what it is? It is learn by heart. Now it's your turn. Can you make your own sentence using those idioms? Comment down below or say it out loud now, actually. Practice makes perfect, you know. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and I hope these idioms will stick with you and you will use it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to your friends, your family, so they will know these idioms too. See you next time, and don't forget to hit the book, not to snooze the button. Bye bye. Thank you all.